Good afternoon, kings and queens. My name is Christina, and I'm here to reintroduce myself. Let's just make this clear before I start. This is not a pity party. This is to get this out there to help others get through what I'm going through. I'm also fully aware that I'm not the only one in the world that's going through it. But with that being said, let's continue. At about 1 year old, I was adopted to a very loving family. I'll drop a story on my adoption here soon. Everything was fine until I was about 4 years old. At 4 years old, I was SA'd, and things started to go downhill from there. And again, let's make this clear. This had nothing to do with my parents' parenting. People in this world are just sick and cruel. But from about 4 years old on, I had a lot of mental health issues. On February 13th, 2011, my dad unalived himself. Nothing for me has been the same since. My mental health, of course, got even worse. It was around that time that I started using. For nearly 15 years, I thought that was numbing my pain and ending my problems, but it was making it worse. Until I was about 18 years old, I was bouncing from house to house, living with different family members, different friends. I was all over the place. And then I met my ex-husband, around 18 years old. It wasn't much longer after that we got pregnant with our daughter. I had a miscarriage and she's no longer with us. That's when the DV started. But then came Kanan, my rainbow baby, and he just saved my life, let me tell you. All I ever wanted to be was a mom. And 2 years later came my little boy Noah, who was born with what's called boring Opitz syndrome. He made the 70th kid in the United States of America to be diagnosed with it. And if you guys would like to know more on that later, comment down below. I will say the system terribly failed my boys, though, and myself as well. At about 25 years old, a psychiatrist who actually took the time to listen to me finally diagnosed me with BPD. That's an acronym for borderline personality disorder. And everything in my world started to make sense. Why I let the littlest of things like a pin drop ruin my week. Not just my day, my whole entire week. I was depressed every day from then on. With my borderline personality disorder, I've had a lot of in and out trips to the hospital. I literally felt like every time I got emotional that I was just drowning underwater. I couldn't breathe. 2 years ago, my divorce was finalized. Thank God. Had I not gotten away from him, I wouldn't be here today. But here I am 4 years later, alive and thriving. Nothing can stop me now. 4 years ago, I went to rehab, and he just never gave them back. The agreement was supposed to be that it resumed as it was, 50-50. 2 out of those 4 years that we've been separated, he's kept my boys from me, illegally. I have court-ordered visits that he's just kept me from. They stalk, they cyberbully, they do anything they can to make my mental health worse, trying to make me look like a bad mother. I'm fighting for my kids' life, let alone my own, and they're the only reason I'm alive today. A few years back, my ex-husband did the unthinkable, and he had hurt my uncle. And ever since then, my uncle hadn't spoke to me. Fast forward to now, and he's no longer with us. I lost my mind when I found this out. I'd missed my uncle's funeral due to my breakdown, but I got a text from my mom saying, "Be glad you didn't go. God showed you grace." My ex-husband's new wife was there, but not my ex-husband. This is the woman that has said that my family is constantly trying to attack her and hurt her and be mean and blah, blah, blah. The only reason she showed up there was to pick on me, spy on me, mess with my head. If you followed my first account, then you know that the harassment's real over there. But I can't give up. I'm a survivor. I survived him. My kids will come home to me one day. No matter how hard this journey is through my recovery, no matter how hard and how much therapy I have to do, I'm not going to give up. What kind of mom would I be if I didn't try?